My generation is at least the third in a line of crazy people named Funk. My father was born in 1918. His given name was Dorrance Funk, which was the name his mother used to call him. However, his friends and schoolmates always referred to him as Dory. He, his brother Herman, and sister Dorothy were born and raised in Hammond, Indiana. Their father, my grandfather, was Adam Funk, who was a Hammond police officer. He'd come from Krauthausen, Germany, where he had served as a member of the Kaiser's Guard. After World War I, Adam moved to Hammond, where he started out walking the beat. He was a very good man, and he lived by a few rules. You follow the law, and right is right. He worked long and hard, rising through the ranks to become chief of police. Hammond was just east of Chicago, stronghold of the criminal syndicate, run at this time by Al Capone during the Prohibition era. Needless to say, there was never a shortage of action for Adam. Adam was a no-nonsense kind of guy, and he was also willing to fight for what he believed in. Adam Funk shot and killed 6 people in the line of duty during his career. Marshal Dillon wasn't shit compared to Adam. Adam's no-nonsense attitude extended to his finances. He was very frugal, which I think was true of a lot of people who lived through the Great Depression. Adam was no-nonsense at home, too. He expected his kids to toe the line, and when they didn't, he would not spare the rod. I think a lot of that transferred to my father, who I saw get violent more than once, but he always got violent at the right time. He was a great man, although he was somewhat difficult to explain. One summer between my father's freshman and sophomore years in high school, Dory Funk had what he thought was a great idea. He would slug a few slots in syndicate-owned stores in Calumet City, on the Illinois-Indiana state line between Hammond and Chicago. Their plan was that my father's buddy would distract the store clerk, while my father would push slugs into the slot machines. He did well for about half an hour. The only hitch to their scheme was a small window on the front of the slot machine that showed the last 3 coins played. When the clerk had finally taken more bullshit than he wanted to, he walked over to the machine. To try to keep him from seeing the slugs, Dory tried quickly to put in 3 nickels so they would be the only coins visible through the window. But he dropped his 3rd nickel, and the clerk saw the slug in his machine. Dory pushed him aside and ran out the store, knowing the mob would be after him, and knowing they wouldn't care that he was only a kid, or who his old man was. Dory felt he had to get out of town, so he hopped on a train and rode the rails for much of the summer. He actually made it as far as Florida, but decided to head back before school started. He got to Chicago and walked the remaining 6 miles back home. As he walked up the alley to the house, he wondered what he was going to say when 6-year-old Herman spotted him. Herman ran back in the house screaming, Pa, there's a bum in the alley, and I think it's Dory." My father was filthy, and he smelled awful. Adam made him take off his foul clothes, and my Aunt Dot burned them in the trash can. Adam asked his son why he had run away. When Dory told him about getting caught slugging the slot machines, Adam took off his belt and gave him the beating of a lifetime. The next morning, Adam and Dory took a father-son trip to Calumet City. They went to the store, where Adam made Dory apologize for what had happened weeks earlier. Dory also promised to repay every penny he had bilked from the store. Then Adam told everyone in the store, "If you harm my boy in any way, you'll have hell to pay."
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.